How to select the best door hardware and accessibility options for retail construction. Welcome to Building Knowledge 101. In this video, we will discuss how to choose the appropriate door hardware and accessibility options for retail construction projects to ensure a cohesive, welcoming, and inclusive environment. All entrances have to have push-pulls. These give the customers a point to grab or push to operate the entrance. They also protect the door and the finish from being damaged. They're very customizable. They're often a part of the brand strategy. Here you can see a nice painted finished door with pulls on the exterior to protect the door or prevent it from getting hit. Here's an example of a custom pull that's part of a retail establishment brand. Another example of a branded push-pull that's recognizable. And then another custom option that's available for our brand image. And lastly here, you probably recognize this one. Custom pulls being used by a brand that they use throughout their establishments, and everyone goes to the door so they all recognize it and hit that brand and recognize what it is when they grab it. Security and control of access to a retail building outside of operating hours is very important. Most retail facilities have set hours, but employees will need access prior and after operating hours. Concealed rod exits are very popular on pairs of doors. Here's some examples of cross rails that have push pads in them that retract the rods. So when the doors are locked and someone needs to leave the building from the interior, you just simply push the mid-rail, the rods retract, and the door can swing. Then when it closes back, it relocks. Here's an example of a mid-rail push bar. Again, there are concealed rods here. When somebody pushes the pad here in the mid-rail, it retracts the rods. And then when the door closes back, they lock back and engage. Concealed rods typically lock in the head and the threshold, giving the door 2 points of contact, 2 points of locking, making it very, very secure. Here you can see mid-rail panics on a pair of doors on the interior, and these have been pushed in and locked or dogged down so the rods are held retracted during open hours so anybody can enter and exit through the door. But again, once after hours, the rods are released and locked, securing the door in place. Other retailers, such as say jewelry stores, might be concerned with security that they want to have control to who enters and exits the building. They don't want to have just doors swinging open. They want to control over when people enter and exit the building. So MELs, or mechanical electrical locks, can be utilized. MELs often have a keypad or some type of card reader on the exterior that will allow the door to be unlocked for one cycle and then relocked. Another option, such as in a jewelry store, would be to have a control button on the interior. This would allow somebody on the inside to unlock the door and allow it to open for one cycle. Then when it closes back, it locks back in place. So MELs are low voltage operators. So when the control button is hit, it sends a signal to a power supply unit that drops the voltage and sends the power to the door through an EPT, or electronic power transfer, from the frame to the door. An electrical motor retracts the rods, allowing the door to be opened up. Then when it closes, the rods re-engage and the door is back secure. Another common option for retail entries is the addition of a power assist operator. Here is a nice curtain wall elevation. You can see 2 pairs of doors in it. And here on the exterior, you can see an exterior actuator. This has a push pad on the side with a handicap logo on it. On the face of the post here is a keypad so the door can be opened after hours. But then during hours of operation, somebody can walk up and push on the push pad actuator on the exterior here, and a power assist operator on the interior will open the door. So here's an example of what a power assist operator looks like. You can see it's only on one of the leaves. When anyone opens the door, walks in, it acts as a typical closer to control how quickly the door can turn it to a closed position. But when someone hits the operator or actuator, it has the additional feature of opening the door for someone and then bringing it back closed. Here's a look at a vestibule from the interior. You can see there's power assist operators on each pair of doors. One leaf has a power assist operator on it. And then here on the wall, adjacent to each, are actuators that opens each one in succession. That is all we have time for in this video. If you'd like to watch more of our 101 video series, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kawneer Company, Inc.